Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to Jordy's Basement. My name is Jordan, and today is Sunday. It's the 1st of November, and I thought I'd make a quick video of things that I've been listening to lately. I haven't done one of these in quite a long time, but I've accumulated a lot, specifically CDs more so than vinyl. Had them all here, getting ready to catalog them in the back, so I thought maybe I'd show them to you, because a lot of good stuff in here. Some of this stuff is good from, well, it's all good. Some of the stuff is older. Most of it is not. Most of it's within the last year or so. So I thought I would share it with you before we go back to the Ranking the Albums video series, which is coming up later today or within the week. A couple more good ones coming up. So first of all, I wanted to mention Wildflowers, the Tom Petty re-release, which everybody seems to be picking up. I did pick it up on vinyl on the 3 LP vinyl set last weekend. It's upstairs in the vinyl room. It's separate from the CDs, just for space reasons. So I'm not, pretend it's here within these hands. It's excellent. And if you're a Tom Petty fan or not, and I'm not particularly a huge Tom Petty fan, the album is fantastic. It's my personal favorite of his, and it sounds wonderful, and it's really good that it's out, because if you tried to get it on vinyl before the re-release, you know how expensive it would have been. So it's good that it's out there, and I highly recommend it. So for some CDs now, again, no particular order, just wanted to share some of these with you. This is the new album from Neil Morse, Sola, Gratia. This is the latest solo album, not Neil Morse band, solo album. It's very, very good. Again, a very heavy concept. You'll have to read about it in the booklet. It's pretty cool, though. You can see the artwork is excellent as usual. The packaging is fantastic. Neil even signed this one. And it's a very, very, very good album. Again, like most Morse albums, better listened to in one sitting rather than piecemeal. It's kind of hard if you put it on shuffle. It's not going to work as well for you. Highly recommend Neil Morse, Sola, Gratia. All right, next, switching gears a lot, is the newest album from Howard Jones. A huge Howard fan, huge from way back, from the first album. And this is really what you'd expect from Howard. It's electronic, it's emotional, very lyrically emotive, very, very good. And Howard did an acoustic concert live during the quarantine that I was able to see on Facebook, which was really amazing. He did some of these songs. This is Transform, the newest album from Howard Jones. Again, recommended. It's not his best album. It's not even in his top 50%, but it's still very, very good and worth the buy. This one's the latest from Prague Metal Masters Dream Theater, Distance Over Time. This is now going, I think it's well over a year old now, but a new one for me on CD. I didn't have the physical copy of it. Have to have the physical copy. So I returned to form from the last album, The Astonishing, which I didn't like at all. This is much, much better, and I would say it's probably ranks in the top half of their discography. It's not amazing, but it's certainly a step in the right direction after The Astonishing. So again, recommended. Dream Theater's Distance Over Time. What's next? All right, here's one that you probably don't know. I don't know how I found out about BC Camplight, but BC Camplight is really an individual. His name escapes me at the moment, but he is from Philadelphia, or he lived in Philadelphia, or he has strong Philadelphia ties. Not how I found him. Philadelphia, for those who don't know, is right over the bridge, so about 15 minutes from here. It's the closest major city to where I live in southern New Jersey. In any case, he makes these quirky albums, to put it best. If you're into honest and eccentric, quirky is a good word. I hope that's not derogatory. This is definitely something you might be interested in. It's proggy, it's poppy. It goes all over the map. There's all kinds of sounds and instruments. The album is called Shortly After Takeoff. I believe it's his second or third one, and it's very, very good. There's some songs on here that, quite honestly, made me laugh out loud. I won't go over every one of them, but I Only Drink When I'm Drunk is fantastic. Ghost Hunting is another great one. I recommend this. BC Camplight, Shortly After Takeoff. Very, very good. This is the latest one. This is probably the oldest album on this list, from Spock's Beard. Noise Floor. I don't know why it took me so long to get it. I'm just not a huge fan of the Ted Leonard, Spock's Beard era. He's very, very good. He's very talented. But I prefer, obviously, the Neil version, and I really liked the Nick-led version of Spock's Beard. Ted's version has been spotty at best. The first album he made with Spock's was fantastic in 2014. And then the two that have come after that have been okay. This one's better than the last. The last one was called the Oblivion Particle. This is called Noise Floor. It's very good. It's not great. And again, it probably falls in the bottom half of this box discography. It's got a lot of bonus stuff on it that's kind of cool too in this edition, called the Cutting Room Floor. But you know, it's recommended. It's Spock's, and they're great musicians. And Alan Morse is phenomenal, and Dave Meros is a great bassist. And let's not forget Dave Meros on bass, and of course Rio. All very, very good. All right, next up is a newer album that I'm pleasantly surprised with. This is the newest from Dream Theater. The album is called Whoosh. It's kind of a strange title, Whoosh. When I say surprised, I mean since the band has been with Bob Ezrin now, this is their third release with him. They did, I think it was Now What, and in Infinite was the last one. I didn't like it. Just not, it didn't hit for me, even though I'm a huge Steve Morse fan. You can see the book, the artwork is very good. There are the boys, all in their 70s now. I am a big Steve Morse fan, and my favorite Deep Purple album is the first album with Steve Morse, Perpendicular, from 1996. And I'll go out on a limb and say this is the best thing that Deep Purple has done since 1996, which was Perpendicular. It's very, very good. The songs, this is not down and dirty, you know, heavy Deep Purple the way that you would have loved them in the 70s and even into the 80s. This is not that. This is more mature. I don't know if mature is the right word. Melodic, certainly. It's different. It's different. These are good rock songs. I mean, the drumming is still fantastic. And this album is really dominated by the keyboards. Don Airey, the keyboardist who took over for, of course, John Lord, who passed away a couple of years back. Don Airey, this is his album, really. This is dominated by incredible keyboard sounds, very effective on piano, both acoustically and electrically, all very, very good. And the production's good. And the last album, like I said, Infinite, did not impress me. This one does. Deep Purple's Whoosh, recommend. All right, this is a re-release. Had to have this one, of course. John Lennon's Give Me Some Truth. This was the album that me, along with half of the world, denounced when it was announced. We said, there's no way the world needs another John Lennon compilation. They just remastered the Imagine album a couple of years ago. It sounded great. I bought the vinyl. It's amazing. And so when this one was announced, I thought, it's a money grab. Yoko was doing it. She was all behind it. It is his 80th birthday, whatever. Then I saw an interview that his son did with Paul McCartney, Sean Lennon, and it got me interested into, because I heard more about how they made this, and I bought it, and I'm glad I did. It comes with this really cool poster, which, you know, you don't listen to the poster, but the booklet is fantastic. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's got a nice expansive booklet with some really cool photos in it. And the song selection on the 2-disc version, which I really recommend over the 1-disc version, is awesome. There are 36 tracks on it, including all the ones that you know and love and some others that you wouldn't expect. It's got all of my personal favorites on it, and they sound great. John's voice is what you'll notice. If you're looking for a sound difference between the versions that you have and the version that this is, I would say listen to the voice. John's vocals are tremendous. They're way up in the mix, as they should have been, and they just sound fresh. So highly recommend that. Give Me Some Truth. I'm messing up the box very badly as I try to put it back. They could have made the box a little better, the packaging. But anyways, I highly recommend Give Me Some Truth, John Lennon. We'll put that away so I don't mess with it even more. All right, getting a little heavier here. Let's go into some hard rock. Yeah, the rest of this is pretty heavy. This is the brand new album, unbelievable that I'm saying that, from Alcatraz. If you remember Alcatraz back in the early 80s, they were the band that broke Yngwie Malmsteen. It was his first band, at least his first mainstream major release band. And then Steve Vai took over when Yngwie left. So they had quite a legacy there. They made another album in '86 with Danny Johnson on guitar. Of course, Graham Bonnet, the vocalist. I'm a huge Graham fan. And then Alcatraz went away. Everybody else did their own thing. Graham did his own thing. Graham did, I don't know how many solo records between '86 and the last couple of years. He had the Graham Bonnet Band that made some great hard rock albums. And then at the age of 70, I want to say 72 now, Graham gets the band back together. And this isn't the original Alcatraz. There are some from the original band, but only a couple. There's Graham. incredible that he could still sing like this. This album is a feat of vocals. I cannot believe that a man who is over 70 years old can sing like this. The songs are good. This is not, it doesn't sound like the best Alcatraz album. They're probably just using for the name. It is a very good hard rock album, better than most hard rock albums that you're going to find today. It's got a lot of songs on it. The guitar playing is fantastic. I forgot the youngster's name who's on it. I think he's, yeah, I apologize. I don't know the name. But very, very, very good songs. Some of them are tremendous. Some of them are average. Look, this is not a perfect album, but it's certainly the best of the hard rock offerings that are out there these days, and I recommend it very much. Alcatraz, Born Innocent. I keep forgetting to say the titles of these albums. Born Innocent. All right, next up is another band very similar to Alcatraz. Very, very heavy in the early 80s. They made 3 albums out of the Netherlands. They are Vandenberg. And of course, you know Adrian Vandenberg if you don't know the band Vandenberg. So Vandenberg was, they made 3 albums under his name. They were all very, very good. And then in 1985, they were demolished and they went their separate ways, not in a good way. And Adrian went on to join Whitesnake for a little bit there in 90, I want to say 90, 91 era, 89 maybe. I remember seeing Vandenberg with Whitesnake in Hartford, Connecticut, probably 80, I don't know what year it was, 6, 7, I can't remember. In any case, he was out of Whitesnake shortly after that, did his own thing for a while. Then he went on to form Moon Kings. Vandenberg's Moon Kings, which is actually a CD that I happen to have right here because I pulled it out to re-listen to it. This one was 2015 or 2014, and it was good. Hard rock, good hard rock. But then he decides to do what Alcatraz did and reform the band that made him famous in the first place, and there you have it. Vandenberg 2020. This is the deluxe box. And here they are. Again, no original members. A lot of cool extras. You get the postcard. You get the guitar picks, a couple coasters, and a sticker. Oh yeah, and you get some music too. The album is good. This is the best Vandenberg has sounded since those 3 original albums. I really like it. There's the actual proper album buried in the box. Adrian sounds incredible. The guitar playing on this is awesome. And what really made this even more special is the vocals. The vocalist is, and his name is Ronnie Romero. Yeah, Ronnie Romero. He's the guy that Richie Blackmore picked to resurrect Rainbow a couple of years ago when Blackmore put Rainbow back together. And I heard some of the tracks live, and I was like, wow, this guy can really belt it. He's got some lungs on him. There's the band. So yeah, his name is Ronnie Romero. I think I said it right, Ronnie Romero. And he just sounds amazing. This is an incredible vocal performance, as well as Adrian's guitar work, which is always awesome. And the songs are really good, which is most important. So again, you want good hard rock, go out and get it. Don't say it's old and I'm, like everybody's dad going into my past for music, because, well, I'll prove it to you on the next one that that's not the case. But definitely get Vandenberg. It's very, very good. All right, enough said about that. All right, getting more to the present. So Rival Sons are a band that's newer, that has made a couple of albums, and I never got into them until Feral Roots. And this album is, I want to say, 2 years now. It's new to me. You're not going to buy it for the packaging, which I love the packaging. That's why I buy the physical copies. It's not much. It's a bunch of pictures and a CD. That's about it. There's a small insert here with some nondescript lyrics in it. No pictures larger than the ones that could fit on the inside of the CD sleeve. I suppose the vinyl might be a little better. But this is a tremendous hard rock album. Really, really good. Vocals are excellent. It's mixed well. It sounds excellent. It's bare knuckles, good hard rock music. Rival Sons, Feral Roots, very recommended. And we're going to finish up here with one of my favorite newer bands of the last decade or so, and that's progressive rockers Haken. I love them. I've loved them since the first record, Aquarius. They're very prolific. They release albums, it seems like every 1.5 to 2 years. The one that came before this most recent one is this one called Vector, which starts a story storylines. It's a concept album. The booklet goes into what the story is about. There's your song list. This is the deluxe version that has the instrumentals on the second disc, which isn't something that I play. But it was, and I thought it was the weakest Haken album when it came out. I still believe that it's still very good, but it's the weakest Haken album. And then this year, ironically, the album Virus, which has nothing at all to do with the Rona, was announced, and this is the follow-up to Vector and continues and completes the story. Excellent. Again, the booklet goes into all of it. This is a huge comeback for them. Fantastic album, front to back, very melodic, heavy. I mean, it's just sometimes it rattles you to the bones. Your bones shake, especially when you're listening to it with headphones or in your car. If you have a good system in your car, I'd recommend that. Very heavy, very good. The guitar work is awesome. The mix and the production is great. Haken Virus. Okay? Get all the Haken stuff. This is probably, out of the 6, I would say it's probably number 3 or 4, which is, I mean, when you have a discography that's that good, it's tough to make it into the top couple. So there you have it. Whoops, sorry to bump you there. There's the list of what I've been listening to lately, along with the Petty. I think I talked about Not a Surf in a previous video. The Paul McCartney Flaming Pie reissue has been in rotation. So much new music. Anyway, that's all. At 16 and a half minutes, I gotta go. It's Football Sunday. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. And if you have any of these albums or if you have suggestions, please drop a comment and let me know. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.